Hello class, we're going to talk more about family and housework. So first, let's review this verb. Cook. Cook. I cook. You cook. He cooks. So remember, he cooks. There's an S. C-O-O-K-S. He cooks. She cooks. C-O-O-K-S. They cook. No S. C-O-O-K. We cook. No S. C-O-O-K. So there's cook and cooks. Only two forms. He cooks. She cooks. So for example, here's my family. My mother cooks. She cooks. So I can replace she with my mother. My mother cooks. My mother cooks. So my mother cooks. That's my father. My father cooks. He cooks. My father cooks. I can replace he with my father. My father cooks. My mother and my father cook. They cook. So if I talk about two people, no S. My parents cook. My parents, two parents. My parents cook. They cook. I can replace it with my parents. My parents. My parents cook. I cook. You cook. My father cooks. My mother cooks. My parents cook. We cook. Who's that? That's my mother. Who's that? Oh, that's my father. Who's that? That's my brother. Who's that? Who? Who's that? Who's that? So this word is who. Who. When I ask about a person, I say who. Who's that is the same as who is that. is that? Who is that? That is my mom. Who? Who? So this word W-H-O is for when I ask a question about a person. So for example, in my house, I cook. In my house, my boyfriend cooks. We cook. My boyfriend and I cook. We cook. Who cooks in your house? Who? Who cooks in your house? Your wife? Husband? Son? Daughter? You? Who? Who cooks in your house? Who cooks at your house? Who cooks at your house? I cook. Who cooks at your house? My mother cooks. So I use this form with the S. Who cooks at your house? Who cooks at your house? So that's cook. I can ask about different housework. What is this? Vacuum. Vacuum. Who vacuums at your house? Who vacuums at your house? So I say it with an S. Vacuums. What is this? Do the laundry. Do the laundry. Who does the laundry at your house? Who does the laundry at your house? What is this? Wash. Wash the dishes. Who washes the dishes at your house? Who washes the dishes at your house? Who cooks at your house? Who cooks? Who vacuums at your house? Who vacuums? Who does the laundry at your house? Who does the laundry? Who washes the dishes at your house? Who washes the dishes? You? Your mother? Your daughter? Who? So notice I use the forms with the S. Cooks, C-O-O-K-S. Vacuums, V-A-C-U-ums. U-U-M-S. Does. D-O-E-S. Washes. W-A-S-H-E-S. So here is a conversation. Who cooks at your house? Who cooks at your house? Who cooks at your house? I cook. I cook. I cook. So that's one answer. Capital I cook. I cook. C-O-O-K. Period. I cook. I cook. Who cooks at your house? My husband cooks. My husband cooks. My husband. My husband. H-U-S-B-A-N-D. My husband cooks. Because it's he. He cooks. My husband cooks. C-O-O-K-S. My husband cooks. Who cooks at your house? My mother and father. Or my parents. My parents. My parents. Mother and father. Capital M, small y. So the first letter in a sentence is always capital, and then small letters. My parents, P-A-R-E-N-T-S. My parents cook or cooks? Cook. My parents cook. Because it's two people. Mother, father. They cook. My parents cook. C-O-O-K. My parents cook. Who cooks at your house? My boyfriend and I. My boyfriend and I. We. We cook or cooks? Cook. We cook. We cook. We cook. Who cooks at your house? We cook. Who's we? Who? Who is we? Oh, my boyfriend and I. My boyfriend and I cook. So I can replace we with my family, with I. So I can say my boyfriend and I. We. My boyfriend. Boyfriend. B-O-Y-F-R-I-N-D. This is going to be very long. My boyfriend and I. And I is always capital for the word I. My boyfriend and I cook. My boyfriend and I cook. So here are examples of answers. Who cooks at your house? I cook. My husband cooks. My parents cook. My boyfriend and I cook. Here's another example. What is this? Vacuum. Who at your house? Who vacuums at your house? Vacuums. V, v, v. So that's V, A, C, U, U, M, S. Who vacuums at your house? Here are some examples. I goes here. I vacuum or I vacuums? I vacuum. I vacuum. V-A-C-U-U-M. Vacuum. No S. Who vacuums at your house? My daughter. What goes here? Vacuums. My daughter vacuums. Because it's she. She vacuums. So that's V, A, C, U, U, M, S. Vacuums. Who vacuums at your house? My children. What goes here? Vacuum or vacuums? Vacuum. My children vacuum. V, A, C, U, U, M. No S. Why? My children is plural. So that's 2 or 3 or 4 children. My children, they. They vacuum. No S. My children vacuum. Who vacuums at your house? My wife and I vacuum or vacuums? My wife and I vacuum. Vacuum, no S. V-A-C-U-U-M. My wife and I vacuum. My wife and I, it's two people, and I, that's we. We. My wife and I, we vacuum. Here's another one. What is this? Wash the dishes. Wash the dishes. Who at your house? What do I say here? Who washes the dishes at your house? Washes with an S, because that's what I use with who. Washes. W is wa. A S H E S. Washes. So that's two syllables. Washes. Washes. Who washes the dishes at your house? The T-H-E, dishes. That's with D. D-I-S-H-E-S. Dishes. Two syllables. Dishes. Who washes the dishes at your house? My son. What do I say here? My son. The dishes. What goes here? My son wash the dishes. No. My son washes the dishes, because it's one person. He washes. Same as this. Washes. My son washes the dishes, because it's he. Who washes the dishes at your house? My grandparents. The dishes. What goes here? Wash. My grandparents wash the dishes. Why? My grandparents is plural. There are two, or maybe three or four, I don't know. My grandparents, they wash the dishes. My grandparents wash the dishes. Who washes the dishes at your house? My sisters. the dishes. What goes here? My sisters, it's plural, so maybe 2 or 3 or 4 sisters. My sisters wash the dishes. Wash. W-A-S-H. My sisters wash the dishes. My sisters, 2 or 3 or 4, so it's they. They wash the dishes. So we're going to practice asking about family and housework next class. We're going to practice with who, the word who, and talking about family with different verbs. I'll see you then.